Hey y'all. So normally you would get my reaction of this on the episode of our podcast, but I kid you not, just about 10 minutes after we finished recording this week's episode, this whole MLB and MLBPA thing completely blew out of proportion, and we weren't about to record a whole separate podcast, so I thought I'd give you guys a little press conference and my reaction about this whole situation because we need to talk about the state of baseball. This is a complete disaster, and I won't re-say what the tweet was, but if you guys, want some more details about this, I highly suggest going over and checking out Trevor Bauer's Twitter. He went on a whole rant about it. It was great. It explained everything. But, from a fan's perspective, I think it was last week, Wednesday, Rob Manfred was like, there's 100% going to be a baseball season in 2020. And, as a fan, everybody was kind of leaning towards the player. So for Rob to come out and say that, it's like, cool. He maybe gained some respect from people. Like, people maybe liked him more. I don't know. You get some more respect. And then now he's coming out and saying, oh, I'm not quite sure I'm not quite sure about 100%. And, what are you doing? This whole time that Rob has been commissioner, I don't understand if he just doesn't get that, he needs fans to make money, because honestly, he's losing a ton of them. And this whole thing is just making everything worse. We barely had a casual following for baseball as it was before this, and now we're completely making fools out of ourselves. And honestly, this has to do with both sides, because, you talk about a fair negotiation. Obviously, literally both sides have been talking about the same thing back and forth, and there's been no negotiation. They've just been rephrasing what they want. But also at the same time, the MLBPA, they agreed to prorated salaries way back in March, and it was under the assumption that there would be fans in the stands. And now, that's a fair agreement. You get paid for the amount of games that you're going to play, right? It just seems somewhat logical to me. And I'm sure y'all know the MLB came out and they've pretty much said the same damn proposal in different ways. It's all 33% of salary. And I guess it just comes out what are you doing? My question is is owners struggling so much to the point where they have to put up such a fight about this? Are they really losing that much money? I just don't get why they can't just settle for a pay for what you play. That just seems like such a reasonable solution. And now, they're going back on their word, which a big shock about that. They've gotten really damn good at it. I don't know. Everybody's frustrated. It's a complete disaster. And Trevor Bauer had it right. He needs, this, Rob Manfred, are we coming from the Roger Goodell school of commissioners here? Because, right now, Roger Goodell is looking a hell of a lot better than Rob Manfred is right now. And this whole thing is just making everything worse. We're losing so many baseball fans. We had the opportunity to be the only sport going on in a world that wanted sports, and now the NBA has already beat us back to it. The NHL is, soccer's already beat us back, and yet we're still sitting here doing a stupid slap fight. And then finally the players say, okay, we're gonna play, and then just tell us when, and then Rob's like, I'm not sure about that. We may not. What are we doing? What are we doing? Figure it out, y'all. I'm sure, I want baseball. Let's bring it back, y'all.